Namaste students. Today we will start with the topic regulation of kidney function. The functioning of kidney is efficiently monitored and regulated by hormonal feedback mechanism. What do you mean by hormonal feedback mechanism? It means there is the main role of the hormones, and one hormone will increase the function while the other will decrease the function. So this is known as hormonal feedback mechanism. Now, hormonal feedback mechanism of regulation of kidney function involves hypothalamus, JGA. JGA means juxtaglomerular apparatus. Okay, JGA means juxtaglomerular apparatus. We will study about this later on. And to a certain extent, heart. The vertebrate kidney is very flexible in its functioning. It excretes large quantities of dilute urine. When the large quantity of dilute urine is produced, that process is known as diuresis. What do you mean by diuresis? The process of release of large quantity of dilute urine known as diuresis. Now, kidney excrete large quantities of dilute urine when water is abundant in the body tissues. For example, during winter season, large quantity of urine is released from the body because at that time water is abundant in the body tissues. It is not lost to the environment either in the form of sweat. Okay, and small amount of concentrated urine is produced when the body tissues are shortage of water. For example, during summer season, body it has shortage of water because, for example, workers, those who are working outside, they release lots of sweat. So the body has the water stress, means what body has shortage of water. And when you don't drink water for long hours, then also your body has shortage of water. So when there is shortage of water, at that time kidney produces concentrated urine. The regulation of water and solute content of the body fluid by the kidney is called osmoregulation. I repeat, the regulation of water and solute content of the body fluid by the kidney is called osmoregulation. Change in blood volume, body fluid volume and ionic concentration activates the osmoreceptors in the body. What are osmoreceptors? Receptors are present in the different parts of our body which check the concentration of the ions in the blood, or it check the concentration of water present in the blood, that is the body fluid volume, or it checks the changes in the blood volume whether it is high or low. So these osmoreceptors, they activate by changes in all these conditions present in the body. Now, excessive loss of fluid from the body, it activate osmoreceptor. When there is loss of water from the body, it activate osmoreceptor. As a result, hypothalamus is stimulated. Where is hypothalamus located? Yes, hypothalamus is located in the brain. It is a part of brain. Hypothalamus, it is stimulated by the osmoreceptors and it releases hormone known as ADH. ADH hormone is released by the hypothalamus from the posterior lobe of pituitary gland. Posterior lobe of pituitary gland is also known as neurohypophysis. We will study about this later on. Neurohypophysis. So second name of the posterior lobe of pituitary gland is neurohypophysis. So hypothalamus, when there is decrease in the body fluid, at that time hypothalamus, it is stimulated by the osmoreceptors, and these osmoreceptors stimulate the hypothalamus to release hormone known as ADH. What is the full form of ADH? Antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone released from neurohypophysis or posterior lobe of pituitary gland. As the name indicate, antidiuretic. I told you the meaning of diuretic. Diuresis means that release of dilute urine. Okay, so now we are saying antidiuretic means that now the concentrated urine will be released. So ADH, it is also known as antidiuretic hormone, or we also call it as vasopressin. VASOPRESSIN, vasopressin. So this ADH, it facilitate water reabsorption. What happened? Water reabsorption from the collecting tubule and collecting duct. So due to reabsorption of water from the collecting tubule and collecting duct, prevent diuresis, means now no dilute urine will be produced, concentrated urine will be produced. And now because the water is reabsorbed from the collecting duct or collecting tubule by the blood, so there will be increase in body fluid volume. Now when the body fluid volume increases, when the body fluid volume is high, what will happen? This increase in body fluid volume will switch off osmoreceptors. Now no signal will be received by the osmoreceptors. Now these osmoreceptors will not send the signal to the hypothalamus, and therefore there will be decrease in release of ADH. So this is known as the feedback mechanism. Earlier the osmoreceptors were responsible for the stimulation of hypothalamus to release ADH, and later on the increase in the body fluid volume will causes the decrease in release of ADH. So let's revise once again. When the body fluid volume decreases, it stimulates the osmoreceptors present in the body, and these osmoreceptors, they stimulate hypothalamus to release antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin from the posterior lobe of pituitary gland. And these ADH hormone or vasopressin hormone causes the absorption of water from the collecting duct and collecting tubule, which in turn increases the body fluid volume. When body fluid volume increases, it results in the switch off of the osmoreceptors. Now no signal will be received by the osmoreceptors, and now no signal will be received by hypothalamus, which in turn causes the decrease in and thereby no release of ADH or antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin. So what is the main function of ADH? To release concentrated urine. It helps in the release of concentrated urine when the body fluid volume is less, and it also helps in increasing the body fluid volume.